the Jets throw. We'll see if they're able to do the same thing today. New York's going to try and not let it happen.
Oh, the kick is to Stewart. Darius Stewart, rookie out of Alabama, who comes flying past a few folks and is tackled down at near the 27-yard line. Last 3 weeks, that's unusual in the league. And even with that quick start, they have not been able to finish, as you mentioned. So they begin with a running play with Forte getting the carry. He wasn't up. He was suspended for the first week game against the Bills. And now running with it is McGuire for E.J. Gaines, who is inactive tonight. And third straight running play, and this time it's Powell. So they do go 1, 2, 3 with all three backs getting a carry to start the game. It leads the league in takeaways and turnover margin. And yes, it's confirmed about half foot short. Put the ball back in the play with Lachlan Edwards to punt it to Hyde, who's going to handle the returns as Brandon Tate is inactive. Fair catch made, 26-yard line. Oh, and a flag comes out after that.
During the kick, illegal block in the back. Receiving team, number 26.
Yep.
10-yard penalty. First down.
So it's called on Jones, the former Raider reserve.
Take that next step.
So from the 16, and the Jets are on him and spin him down back inside the 5 with Jordan Jenkins. So all the way back at the 4. 2nd and 22. Flag is out as Taylor goes for the big ball, and it's over the head of Deontay Thompson. We'll check the flag, and while
this is holding, it could be a safety.
Illegal shift.
Okay.
Offense. Number 87 did not get completely set. That penalty is declined. The result of the play, third down.
They're getting. This isn't someone new.
3rd and 22. They're going to go draw. And the Jets come up and make the play with the rookie Adams all over McCoy for no gain. Genius move now, doesn't it?
It is a genius move because they're both really good.
Yeah, they play the foundation. Oh, and Schmidt saw some pressure on him. Curley is able to grab it at the 43 and taken down by Taiwan Jones, who was flagged a short while ago. 12 touchdowns, 7 picks on the season. He's looking to throw now on first down, and it's batted down by the Bills.
That's what I was talking about.
Yeah,
That's
right.
Incredible. I mean, we don't talk about my age on this, Jim. Okay? There's some things that are just sacred. And
hey, that goes for me too, by the way. Okay. So there's a handoff to Powell for a gain of 7. I would appreciate that. It's Forte to the top on 3rd down and 3. Gets away from the heat, and he's going to run for the first down at the 40. He's looking at Anderson, who's left alone, is able to escape the first tackler, picks up 13 and a first. He got away from Sharice Wright.
Undrafted out of Temple. You can find him anywhere.
Top 5 in the league. Pass plays over 25 as Forte's in the open field. Down to the 15 is Matt Forte. He expressed after the game his disappointment that they didn't run the football more. They're doing it now. Here's Powell on the toss, and he rides with him. A Buffalo defender, Yarbrough, down to the 10. Powell, the running back, and the ball carrier. And right into a wall at the line of scrimmage that was led by Lorenzo Alexander.
Have a good scheme in the red zone. Give John Morton, coach, credit.
So, from the pocket, now flushed out. McCown, he can take off. He's got the first, and he's got the touch.
Are coming across because it gives you a nice little stat line, but he's got some wheels that I didn't have, and so he can just get there. And well done by McCown.
Drive, including that touchdown, which came on 3rd down. Extra point. Cannizzaro is good.
Give the coaching staff credit for coming out ready to pound the rock.
Yep, they got 50 yards overall running the football on their first 2 series of the game. Jones.
You have something better, you're definitely, and I mean, he's playing good enough football right now that you'd be fine as a coaching staff. They need to shore up some other areas.
In trouble. Able to get it away and pick up a first down to Matthews.
She does, but really good discipline by the Jets.
Look at this turnaround move by McCoy, getting around Jenkins, and then going out of bounds. A play where nothing was there, it appeared. Tolbert comes in at running back at the 49. Mike Tolbert, the former Panther. Early contact on him by McClendon. against Oakland in the win over the Raiders on Sunday. 2nd and 9. Tolbert again. And once again, that gap closes in a hurry. Out of LSU and Florida. 3rd and 8. Rushing 5. Pass complete and brought down.
This is what's happening. The D-line is actually not playing as poorly as people think.
Here's the punt by Schmidt. Oh, and it bounces right at the 5, and the Bills have 6 players down there to cover it up. What do you see there?
Enough pressure on the quarterbacks. They feel fine putting the tackles on them. So the Jets D-line isn't getting anything done with the front 3 because they're getting doubled inside.
Ready? Mix it!
Now at the 11. 2nd and 7. Anderson a yard short. For 13 points in the second half over the last 4 games.
And the
False start. Offense, number 77. 5-yard penalty. Still 3rd down.
McCown just brought extra guys in to help pass protect.
They pick him up as McCown throws it, and it is incomplete. Oh boy. On it from right at the goal line. Micah Hyde back at his own 40. Here's Hyde. And he stumbled on his own cut. On the sideline with his helmet on. Tolbert is the running back. And again, flags everywhere.
False start. Offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty. 1st down.
Aggravated his groin on that last drive. He was stretching up and down the sideline. We'll see if he goes back in. Here he goes back in right now, Jim.
Yeah, there you go. Right, 6% of his team's total yards, which is better than anybody's done as far as the team's percentage in the league. And a complete ball out to the 42 to Zay Jones, their rookie 2nd rounder out of East Carolina.
Really need some production out of that position.
3rd and 6. Pressure from the secondary. Taylor able to plant his feet and launch, and it's over everybody. Back in the direction of Zay Jones. Will check the flag. Taylor was acting like he thought he had a free play.
Offside. Defense, number 92. 5-yard penalty.
You're going to see right here, Leonard
Replay,
Williams
3rd down.
tries to time the snap. Read option, but not a good front to do it against.
Here it is, Tony. You got it. As Taylor takes off inside the 40 and out at the 35. Nick O'Leary threw a fine block over there that helped spring him for 18. DeMarco behind Taylor. Straight drop back for him. In traffic, he's able to launch it out of bounds and get the incompletion. And he got hit.
Pass
Illegal
interference.
contact. Defense, number 33. 5-yard penalty, automatic. 1st down.
So Jamal Adams got hit for that. It was Josh Martin who was coming up from behind, knocked him down. 1st down carry. That's McCoy wiggling like there are no issues. And he's got 7, maybe 8 reception ratios in that time.
Well, you're seeing all.
2nd and 3. Complete. 1st down at the 11 to Jones. Bills haven't scored a 1st quarter touchdown in their last 9 games. It'll go to 10. But they are moving it. Inside the 10 is where we'll begin the 2nd quarter. Inactive with a foot injury suffered in the Atlanta game. Start the 2nd quarter. 2nd and 9. Taylor. And that is a drop by McCoy. 9 years in the league with the Broncos. Here's a 3rd and 9. Time for Taylor to the end zone. Touchdown, Buffalo. Zay Jones has his 1st NFL touchdown.
I mean, this is a fantastic route. This is the best route I've seen Zay Jones run, maybe of the year. Going to go up and give him a little outside and right back cross in the face.
399 in his career. Extra point is good.
And that was beat on Justin Burris.
The chance to be pretty impressive.
They need Benjamin to get in there to really allow them to take the next step. And you saw without Mo Claiborne, he said it. That was a byproduct of him being out right there.
There's Stewart. Brought down at the 21.
Mix it!
And they toss it to him. Short side of the field and all Buffalo around him. What Benjamin can do, so it can be a big addition for them. 2nd and 12. Good pass. A strike thrown to Curse.
Needs time, but if he has it, he can throw it.
He's winning games, posting big numbers. Here's the toss to McGuire. Rookie out of Louisiana Lafayette, 6th round pick, who had a
Headline, he wins, they win.
2nd and 8, play action. And there is your guy Tomlinson. Got a gain of 2. Actually, I'm sorry, that was Safarian Jenkins, who's 3rd and 6. Has pass threaded and broken away from the Packers. Again, Safarian Jenkins. We have a flag out in the area where McCown threw it.
Personal foul, roughing the passer. Defense, number 90, just a late hit. 15-yard penalty after the end of the play. Automatic first down.
So right there in the area. And now from the 26. Forte. Hard running here tonight. Down to the 20. And we'll call it 4 from the 20. McCown had a better run on top of it. Oh, and Tomlinson can't hold on. Chad Hansen comes in as an extra receiver. McCown steps up in the pocket. Launches inside. Oh, what a play. Touchdown. Safarian Jenkins for the 3rd time on the drive.
There's a chance this is coming back.
There is a flag.
Pass interference. Offense, number 22. 10-yard penalty. Replay, 3rd down.
Here we go now, 3rd and 14. Got to stay in field goal range, no sacks.
From the 30. They're coming after him. Dumps it across the middle. Picks up 4. And they'll have about a 44-yard field goal attempt coming up from Cannizzaro.
Catch it so the DB would never turn his head.
45 yards, Cannizzaro. And he delivers the 3. He missed 2 in a monsoon here on Sunday. Really stepped it up this year. And close losses at Carolina and at Cincinnati, the road games for them. We start this next drive. Season ending their droughts. When you saw the Rams, who knows, Jacksonville, they were on that list too. McCoy trying to make the shift. Good nucleus to work off of. 2nd and 8. McCoy.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean,
Philosophy is born out of the system he learned from Jimmy Johnson, the late great defensive coordinator of the Eagles. And that ball is caught by Thompson. You love to talk about a coach's tree.
that's how dumb he was, and that's who he learned under.
First down for the Bills. Play action. Coming after. Taylor steps away from the heat. Now circling around and cuts his losses at the 39. 2nd and 13.
Chance at a big play here.
Jets cover him up and put up a 3rd sack. This time it's Wilkerson.
A lot.
3rd and 13. Rolling out, unloading, and it is dropped. Holmes got hit in the back by Roberts and knocked it loose. There's a flag down near the line of scrimmage.
Holding. Offense, number 77. That penalty is declined. The result of the play, 4th down.
Out the punt again with Curley injured in this game. Foot injury. Back deep is McGuire. And this one sails out of bounds.
So, Jim, the reason they don't call that penalty, I believe, is helmet to helmet outside the pocket now. You don't get quarterback rules. You're a runner now.
For first downs and conversions. It's a Jets 10-7 lead and a handoff to Powell. Inside 7 minutes to go here in this first half.
About their season going forward.
2nd and 10. As McCown gets it over to Tomlinson. He's walloped but holds on. Still got to deal with what's going to happen with New England and on and on. Here's the 3rd and 4. That picks up the 1st. That's a good catch by Forte. And he's tackled at the 38. Got the ball. Makes a nice cut. Tries to escape the ankle tackle. And he picks up another, let's call it 5. He came into the night.
Because the history and how great he's played in the NFL.
Actually picked up 7, and now they go back to Powell, who's going to give some of that back. The Bills shove him back for a loss of 1 or 2.
One-on-one down at the bottom, your running back, if McCown wants him.
3rd and 5. Pass. No one near it.
2-minute type situations.
Got all their timeouts. They'll be getting the third quarter kick as well. So a chance to maybe even do a little double up if it takes some time to go down the field and score. Here's Hyde, who had 3 punt returns for touchdowns at Green Bay in his seasons there.
Tom Brewer and Tom Spencer, these guys are
They make it go.
they make it all flow in here.
Touchdown completion. That's going to be a first. That is Zay Jones. All the crew up here enjoying this Thursday night run we've had as McCoy takes it across the 40 for a pickup of pressure from behind, able to get rid of it. Receiver is down, and the flag is down as well.
While the quarterback was still in the pocket, illegal contact, defense number 41, 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Last weekend, and Richard Sherman said after the game, boy, is that one of the best players I've ever had to cover. I'm paraphrasing, but that's the extent of it, as Taylor has Jets all over him. The ball comes out after the tackle. Man, it's going to be Leonard Williams and Steve McLendon. Second and 19. And we got a flag and a
Start.
pre-snap.
Offense, number 82, 5-yard penalty, still second down.
The Jets, they need to keep doing that. It's giving them trouble so far.
It's a pass here to Thompson.
And right on call, if you rush 5 guys, Jim, there's only 6 to play defense on the back end. You got to throw a quick game and get the ball out of your quarterback's hand. 2 or 3, but they're going to snap it early.
Taylor across the middle. He's got his first down. He's got his receiver Holmes at the 40. They overcome 2nd and 24.
To 2 timeouts, Buffalo. You got all day. Take your time. Completions.
Oh, and he's again taken down for the 5th time tonight.
What's going on both their teams?
2nd and 19. Complete, and tiptoeing is Matthews. And he got on the outer edges of field goal range down to the 37. They need 7 for the first. On 3rd down, Taylor has an open man across the middle. Ball comes on when he hits the ground. Matthews, it's Jets football. Recovered by Burris.
On this replay, but I thought maybe the ball was coming out before it hit the ground. But yep. That was coming out before he hit the ground.
As the Bills on the field were trying to make an appeal that he was already down, but that shows otherwise. Question
After
about this.
reviewing the play, the rule of fumble is confirmed. First down, New York Jets.
And that get this out with the slant and then get aggressive right after that.
From the 31, a set up screen. And that is an important tackle made by Humber. 2nd and 11. They go draw. And Hyde has hold of Forte, and he's about 3 yards short of a first. Timeout called by the Jets with 23 seconds.
And they do.
As McCown with a flag out. Picks up short yardage for a first, but down to 14 seconds. Safari and Jenkins.
Illegal use of hands. Hands to the face. Defense, number 26. 5-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
McCown taken down at the 41 by Thornton, who almost jumped.
Make the game simple.
Jets defensive line certainly had dominating moments in that first half. And they'll be coming onto the field as the Bills will.
Zay Jones, we were told as of now he is clear. Jim?
How about that? That could be wonderful news. It's for a moment looked to be very concerning. A first down carry for 3 yards by McCoy. You saw a look at Todd Bowles.
They get back out there.
2nd and 7. They go back to McCoy, try to get him going. And the Jets defense pounces. Demario Davis is on him behind the line on a loss of a couple. They've given Taylor fits on pass plays. And here comes the blitz. Has to unload it. Boy, that was dangerous. He got hit when he released it. Wilkerson was the one who knocked him down.
Pass off by the offensive line, and this D-line is dominating this football game for the Jets. Wilkerson, a great job.
And it's McGuire with the fair catch. 4 yards. McCown running it in from 10 out. Here he is handing off to Forte, and the Bills defensive front says, we can do this too.
And then this specific deal allows these guys to get in the gap and go.
2nd and 11. And McCown able to complete it to Kersey. Had Lawson trying to get him by the ankles, and he knew he was there.
He's just reliable. He's got 29 receptions. I mean, he picked this offense up like 2 days after getting it.
Yeah, they were blown away by how quickly he picked it up. Has Forte for one. Poyer brings him down. The previous play, 14 of the 25 have gone to Robbie Anderson, which we haven't seen anything like that tonight. Forte taken off inside the 40 and thrown down at the 34 as Forte out at the Bills 34. They toss it to McGuire. Tomlinson in front of him trying to block. But the Bills have a read on that and maybe got back to the line of scrimmage.
Mason!
Oh, he's got a defender all over him. It's Thornton who had the sack to end the first half on a flag down to the half a face mask.
He might have got him on the face
Personal
mask.
foul, grabbing the face mask. Defense, number 91. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
And of course, Thornton
Caught a break.
and now they'll back up 7 is Quali.
False start. Offense, number 79. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Moved early.
Just communication. They got to be on the same page.
1st and 15, and the pass wide of the mark looking for Anderson. Here,
Yeah, he's definitely helped him. He looks good.
2nd and 15. We just mentioned it. Anderson, did he hold on? Yes! Touchdown Jets.
Here goes Bobby Anderson. He shows off that speed, that next level speed, really. And we're going to have to see if he held on to that ball. Let's see if he holds it right there, if it moves in his hand. Does it move in his hand right here? Oh, that's a touchdown.
That is a touchdown, I think. Something's rubbing off in this booth. I don't know what it is. Some sort of magic. Ties his career high. The Jets crowd has come to life.
Yeah, they got some juice.
There you saw that the last 2 road games, Taylor's been sacked 11 times, 6 times at Cincy, 5 tonight. Completes that one to Zay Jones, who again, it's 2nd and 1. And McCoy subtract 4 off of his total. This is the biggest deficit of the season. Game 8 for the Bills, down 10. Taylor got the pass away, incomplete on the sideline to Matthews. Schmidt, his 5th punt of the night. Nice move. McGuire. Again, they miss. Makes them miss. And then
80! Mason!
touchdown drive the last time they had it. Across the middle, back to Anderson with a penalty marker. And a gain of 4.
Personal foul, grabbing the face mask. Defense, number 27. 15-yard penalty, automatic, first down.
Down A.J. Green a bunch.
They love
After a
it.
touchdown early in that game.
They feel like they made a good call on that selection in the 1st round. No gain for Powell, who was the receivers coach too for the Harbaugh-led 49er team that won the NFC Championship a couple of years back. As Forte goes out of bounds.
You know, back then,
Impression when he was describing his players. Pretty impressive. 3rd and 6. Oh, and tight coverage broken up by Leonard Johnson. Poyer was there also. Fair catch. Made it to 7. And they're pinned back at the 8. Jets again protect the line and give nothing up.
hands when they're sending the extra rushers.
2nd down and 10. And a pre-snap flag against the Bills.
Snap, false start. Offense, number 10. Half the distance to the goal. Second down.
Prepared for this one.
He's done an outstanding job tonight.
2nd and 14 from the end zone, and a ball tipped up into the air, incomplete. Wilkerson got a hand on it. 3rd and 14. He'll take the shotgun snap out of the end zone. Looking to take off. Now, second thought, does it. Out of bounds at the 10. And another 3 and out for Buffalo. Buffalo with 9 yards of offense this time. As Schmidt sends it down to the 40. And McGuire, who had a nice effort on the last run back, this time elects to take the fair catch. He just fine, we know, but we wish him all the very best, Ron. We love you. Here's a 1st and 10 play, and look at Powell breaking out of it. What a run by Powell! They had him twice, and finally Hyde ends it near the 10. My goodness, the effort of the night by Bilal Powell.
Watch right here. You see Tomlinson get on the edge and create this block, and Powell's patience right there and go right backwards. The combination, then look at, he's going to keep running and make him miss. Davis can't get there. Hyde gets there.
Run by Powell. And it's 1st and goal right at the 10. Here's Forte. Forte leans across, and it's a touchdown.
At the fullback position, seals the edge, and allows Forte with a good cut. It's the exact same play call they just ran on the big one. That's the one thing with these, as I watch Tomlinson right here. You're going to get to the edge. This is why having a tight end who can block, that's game-changing right there. And Forte with the finish.
Well, it actually goes back to last year. Goes back to 148 touches for Forte going back to last year, but his first one, that's it right there. Not the one hop. DeMarco. They won here against the Jets on Sunday. Finally beat somebody out of the AFC East. There's Nick O'Leary with the catch. And a pickup of 12. He's come on this season.
He's good at everything, and they just need to keep utilizing him.
Another pass completion over to Thompson.
You forget how nice it is to have a tight end who doesn't really...
More playing time. Of course, Charles Clay is inactive. Out with a knee injury. Ball picked up by McCoy. What a mess that was. 3rd and 10 it is. Stands in the pocket, and it's pulled down. What a catch. Was he touched? O'Leary gets back on his feet. Ball comes out at the end of that. Oh, now we're going to have to see, was he down or not? The ball comes out after he gets back on his feet, and they rule it Jet football. And Adams has the recovery.
Let's see if he's touched right here. Does anybody touch him?
Watch coming from the left side of your screen.
Oh, it doesn't look like he's touched.
See,
and that ball's out. That's going to be a fumble, I really believe.
a turnover is confirmed, and the flag is out as the Jets get the football into the hands of Curse.
I thought he lined up offsides. I mean, just to me, I always look at that on TV. I'm like, sometimes that guy's offsides, just lining up there.
Offside. Defense, number 90, lining up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
And twice. Have not forced a takeaway. 1st and 5.
You're exactly right. This game has been two things, as we sat here and watched. It's been get rewarded.
8 points, 8 points.
2nd and 4. Forte takes a couple of Bills with him on a ride for about 2, maybe 3. That's why they're down 17 in the final minute of the third quarter. 3rd and 1. It's Powell again breaking tackles and taken off into the secondary. But a flag is on the field back near the line of scrimmage.
Game.
Holding. Offense, number 88. 10-yard penalty. Replay, 3rd down.
Place the football on that last
It's on the
spot.
spot enforcement for the previous holding foul. The ball should be spotted on the 30-yard line. 3rd down.
Yeah.
Change the game right here, Jim. Oh my gosh, the
3rd
4
and 11.
yards.
3rd and 11, and they're going to
Oh my gosh.
be right on it.
It did affect the
Right,
play.
it did. I tell you, this spot's going to be interesting. I thought he might be about a foot short over
During
there.
the dead ball period. Unsportsmanlike conduct. Defense, number 55.
It's Hughes.
For disrespectfully addressing an official. 15-yard penalty. This is the first disqualification type penalty toward this player.
2-1, I'll beat you. Then they threw their flag, right?
So the Jets first down at the 44, backed up 5 by Preston Brown.
Not a recipe for this team to win.
2nd and 15. And that's Alexander making sure McGuire has nowhere to go.
Holding. Offense, number 68. That penalty is declined. The result of the play, 3rd down.
Here's McCown. Another missed tackle, but finally McGuire is finished off at the 40.
Really doing either.
It's upside down for them. And that's credit to the Jets as Edwards takes a little something off this. And he's done him again. Put him inside the 10. Hyde with the fair catch.
All right, you got 91 yards, Taylor. You got to score on this drive. They have a chance. Here we go.
Across the middle. That's Tolbert. No McCoy on the field for the Bills.
There we go. Quick game. Get it out. Get back up again.
First down catch by Jones.
Not.
Hey, double. Go.
They're going to go to the ground. And that was not a wise decision as Leonard Williams.
No chance.
2nd and 11. It's going to go to Tolbert. Jets are on it. Jets are on it. Tackle made by Buster Screen.
Okay.
3rd and 10.
Tight end to running back. Got to get it out.
Taylor falls out of his hands, and it's scooped up by Davis down to the 5.
I think the ball got close to coming out at the end again. What a big-time play coming from behind by Jenkins to create the fumble. We're going to see, though, they might have ruled him down a little early.
And that's Jenkins who stripped it, Davis who scooped it.
And now watch, let's see. Does he roll over the top of him? Does he roll over the top? I feel like he's probably down.
Okay, and it's been confirmed. Look at Tolbert. Again, tonight they've given it away 3 times. More. As Forte is able to stand up and take it home and find the end zone for the second.
Gets him right in the hole. He's the guy who's got to make this play. Get there and make that tackle. Forte uses his little juke ability that he's got. And watch this little yellow line is where he's going to end up. Oh, right there. Come on back. Oh, I got to get you 2. Touchdown. Sides of the ball. And Buffalo, they did not show up physically on the 2 sides of the ball that they have been in the past.
Yep. We'll see that scenario now.
The other team goes into the locker room. It's
all these miscues, Tony.
Yeah,
there've been a bunch of them since the Bills touchdown. 3 3-and-outs, 3 fumbles lost, and sacked 5 times. And that's not pretty either for the Buffalo cause as McCoy.
See these 2 guys, they're young and they're good.
Yes, they are. And they're hungry. And it's back to O'Leary for his 3rd catch.
He's not the kind of quarterback.
That pass through the hands of Thompson. Well, there are 2 losses before tonight, but they get it home.
Man, I'm excited. And standing there and deliver. Oh.
And that pass intended for Matthews. We could possibly be up there for the New England game the first weekend of December.
Okay.
Ever cautious.
Producer Jim Rickoff.
Booty.
That's impressive stats.
And it's like what Eastern Illinois has done with all his quarterbacks as McGuire is on his feet down to the 16.
Can I see a replay? Did the whole right side of that line?
A defense that allowed 80 a game coming in 3rd best in the league.
Let's see if we can get 7 here so that I can make the stat work perfectly again. So let's say we're at 185 rush yards.
2nd and 8. As McGuire shoots some more work. 3rd and 8. Able to squeeze out a couple. Alexander with the tackle, and
He's still got a lot of confidence in Cannizzaro.
Canizzaro's kick from 32 is good.
You were right, Jay.
Hey, Pichot, but we're coming to your town for Sunday. What a scene that's going to be.
It's going to be a great scene. And I tell you, that's two good teams playing good football right now. Great relationships with a lot of people back home. My wife, my kids, and all the Cowboys. Keep saying someone's beating someone up front tonight.
7 sacks now for the Jets. Moving in close to their season numbers, coming in with 11.
Look at this. The safety's coming downhill. Are you kidding? I mean, throw the ball outside the numbers.
That's to O'Leary, and he's able to fight for the first down. Good effort. The football player there for Coach Dooley, and his mom, Nan, was a volleyball player.
I feel like there's something else there.
Somebody else in that family did something. I can't remember who it
quite
was,
put
but proud of what Nick has done. And even back in his high school days, he had a big career and played with Jacoby Brissett in high school. There's a pass play across the middle, and that's to Logan Thomas.
I think so.
Yeah.
There we go. At least they're moving the ball a little bit. There you go.
Down to the 40, and again, it's back to Thomas.
Probably don't need to throw to the guy 4 yards over the ball, double teamed. One safety back. They're all by themselves out here.
2nd and 5. That's wide of the mark. What's about that?
You don't do that a lot of the time. I'm under the impression that you should. Make your own catch there. Comes real quick. You create a quarterback controversy if you don't think he's your guy yet.
As Taylor on the run, it's a short completion to Matthews. They had Joe Webb in on that play, by the way.
All day. You know, you're going to hear about it a little bit the rest of the week. Quarterback's confidence as he takes it back.
To the end zone, and a diving catch for the touchdown. That's Deontay Thompson.
Just thought the play was over. Watch the corner. Oh, he did throw it? That's literally the... Let's see if he caught this.
This is the longest play of the night for Buffalo. Yep, that's a... Hey, if you're a fantasy player, he's like served you well here tonight. He's had all these times where he hasn't had the chance to throw, being sacked 7 times. Where he was years ago. Onside kick by Hauschka. The ball's on the ground.
Yeah, but it's going to be offsides most likely for Buffalo, even if they got it. Oh, that's just another just not.
Offside, kicking team, number 14. 5-yard penalty, re-kick.
Watching is already
Here's a re-kick and right into the hands and then dropped and recovered by the Bills. By the way, that was the first successful onside kick by the Bills since 2011. And now almost goes back the other way with Roberts, who was beaten on the touchdown.
It's happened.
Go!
2nd and 10. And let's pick up about 12 by Thompson.
Go! Looks like Taylor hit his hand. I'm telling you, if Taylor gets hurt, throws it just like happened there. Taylor broke a thumb all of a sudden on someone's helmet. You're right. I mean, he's playing good. He got a penalty.
Roberts with the early contact.
While the quarterback was in the pocket, illegal contact, defense, number 41. 5-yard penalty resulted in a first down.
Called on screen.
To drop back and complete passes over and over again, your quarterback can make good decisions. You got to get the ball in your playmaker's hands. And right here,
Taylor's going to take off and run out of bounds at the 22.
you don't see these 15 to 17-yard ends left and right.
2nd and 2.
That's where the best quarterbacks make most of their head.
There he goes, throwing it toward the end zone. At the 5, a flag is called here on Roberts, who had the early contact on Webb in his career.
Defense, number 14. Spot on the foul, automatic, first down.
Go!
Across the middle, and a catch for the touchdown by Matthews.
I tell you what.
Matthews.
Yeah, Taylor's going to be like 30 for 40 for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns.
One of the great stat lines you'll want to see.
See if his knee's down though. Is his knee down early? It is, but don't tell anybody. Nope, keep going. Don't show anybody. It's coming back.
Offensive running
After
mates.
reviewing the play, the receiver was down by contact at the half-yard line.
Yep.
It'll be second and goal from the 1/2 yard line.
It starts it.
Now the clock should start. 2:54, 53, good job.
Taylor keeps it. He didn't get anywhere. Flanking Taylor. He's going to go up top for it. Oh, he's going to run right into a Jet defender. It's Adams with a flag out.
There are 2 fouls on the play, both against the defense. Offside, defense is declined. Holding, defense, number 26 is accepted. Half the distance to the goal, automatic, first down.
Just holds him right at the end.
Again, he keeps it. This time, second effort. He's across for the touchdown, but another flag, of course.
Offside, defense, number 41 is declined. The result of the play.
Just for the
is a
record, I
touchdown.
said, what kind of time? What?
Really might be getting 3. Look at the ball. Look at this.
It's already a touchdown.
The ball's in the end zone.
Broke the plane.
Hey,
give Eric Wood the score.
They need time back. They scored before they scored.
Yeah. Field. Picked up a couple of field goals and 5 PATs in that blowout win over the Broncos. Way up in the air, and this time it is secured.
You notice they switched?
McGuire is the back who handed the football. Tried to split between those two defenders, but Poyer and Washington.
This is probably a must-win, obviously, but I don't know. That's pretty tough. I think that's tough.
And now the last time out for the Bills. Extra.
But this is going right there.
All those extra line on that side. There's McGuire. And he's able to pick up the first down. Take us to the 2-minute warning.
Jets dominated up front.
One more. Let's go do this on Sunday. What do you say?
I'm in. I'll see you in Dallas, huh? Hey, you know what?
The crew,
Can we thank the technical crew?
Of course.
These guys, I mean,
they are the best.
They're the best. Our guys have been fantastic. I want to thank them. It's been amazing. This Thursday night crew has been out here.
We had some phenomenal games,
hard.
really. You know.
Oh my gosh, it's been a great season. I've enjoyed every minute of it.
That Oakland, Kansas City game.
Raiders.
I mean, that was pretty special. That's the best of the bunch that we had. Maybe the Baltimore-Miami game, not so much so. A 40-0 drubbing last week, but it was a lot of fun, and we were led truly by the effort of the men and women on our technical team and our production crew every step of the way.
And our fearless leader.
So McCown races off the field with a victory.